The settlement prohibits a seller from paying buyer commissions. True or false? No, it absolutely doesn't prohibit the seller from paying buyer commissions. It just states that we're not allowed to. And let me ask you a question: when was the last time the seller didn't pay buyer commission? Never. The formalized buyer agency or buyer, that was like in the late 80s, early 90s when that occurred, and that was done to protect the buyer, honestly. And you know, we're going to go down some rabbit holes here in a minute, and I'm going to wait till we get to some of the other questions, because I normally don't even pre-read them. I just want to go at them, but I know what these are going to be for the most part. No, it does not prohibit the seller from paying buyer agent commissions. All right. Settlement will lower, and I'm not putting my glasses on because of the lights. Settlement will lower total transaction costs related to the sale of the home. Settlement will lower total transaction costs related to the sale of the home. Maybe, yeah, probably. I mean, it might, but again, then this is, you know, to the root of this whole lawsuit. You can go back years and all my, you know, whatever, all of my social media, YouTube and all that stuff. And I've always made this statement to my customers. What is more important to you? Putting the most money in your pocket at the end of the day, or going and telling me, oh, I got a 4% commission rate, right? Because I don't care, whatever you want. Look, you don't need a realtor to sell your house. You never had. That's why there's for sale by owners. And if it's more important for you to tell people that you got a 4% or 3% or 2% or whatever commission rate than putting the most money in your pocket, fine, right? And this goes to the basis of the main argument of the lawyers too, that sellers were never offered an option as to what they wanted to offer in buyer commissions. That's BS. And sellers and 6% commissions. That's a headline you see all the time. 6% commissions are gone. I haven't seen a 6% commission in South Florida in years, because it's a competitive market, and everything's negotiable, right? Everything is negotiable in real estate, including the seller's listing agent commission, buyer's agent commission, what you pay for a percentage for mortgage. Different. You got mortgage companies. You 10 different mortgage companies. It's going to cost you different amounts in basis points. It's going to cost you a different amount in upfront fees. You're going to have a different percentage from all of them. Everything is negotiable in real estate. Inspection companies, there's a bunch of them around. Pick the one that works for you, right? Some of them charge differently, and they say that, look, this is what we offer, this is what we charge. Same thing's always been the same in real estate. So, will it lower transaction costs? It could possibly. Is it going to increase sellers' profitability on their home sale? I don't think so. I mean, maybe, but I doubt it. I think it's, honestly, I see it maybe hurting the profitability a little bit, but I don't know, because we don't know what the new laws are going to be. Because remember, they have to replace these old laws with new laws. You can't just say, oh, we can't do this now, because now that we're not allowed to announce what the seller is willing to compensate a buyer, and it all goes into the dark. There's going to be a bunch of rules because then you can get into some really shady area. Forget steering and all these other things, because there's going to be a lot. It's going to get shady, so there's going to be a lot more rules. So I can't answer that question. Will it lower your transaction? I think it might, but I don't know. Again, my guess is it may lower the transactional cost a little bit, but it's probably going to lower the profitability. At least that amount, or it won't, it'll be the same thing as it is now, and we'll just be missing that piece of the puzzle, and it's going to be, it's going to take me more time, because I'm going to have to deal with every, single agent in the area calling me, asking me what you're willing to pay them and all that kind of shit, and I don't know, I just don't see any good coming from it. But transaction value might lower it a little bit. I don't know. Why don't we just do this like other countries? So this has actually come up quite a few times, and it came up last night. I took my mother to Fort Lauderdale to go to her stamp show, and I went to a little bar to get some food and have a couple beers, and people, why don't we just do it like they do in Germany? And I'm like, I don't have any problem doing it like they do in Germany. And he's like, what are you talking about? And I said, well, in Germany, realtors make really good money, but they're paid a nice salary, they're bonused out, they have health care. The companies pay all of the marketing costs. The companies pay all of their costs. It's, hey, listen, I got no problem with that. You want to do it like we do in Germany? That's great. Is that going help sell? No, it's not going to help sellers at all. Is it going to? I don't think so, because there's no. Maybe you call it self-interest, but I'm getting paid no matter what. It's all transactions down to me. I don't care. I'm not getting paid based on reviews. I'm not getting paid based on entrepreneurship, because I don't get customers unless I find them, right? And I get customers because I have some of the best reviews in, Palm Beach County, top 5 in customer satisfaction in Palm Beach County. You don't get there by not working your ass off. If I'm going to go to Germany, dude, I can do it's a 9-to-5 job. It's 40 hours a week, if that, and I'm making relatively the same money. Let's do it like they do in Germany. But that changes things a lot. And then but I don't have any problem with that. So there's my answer to that. The settlement forces realtors to reduce their commission percent. True or false? No, not really. Honestly, I see a lot of ways where I'm going to have to raise my commission amount. And again, you've always been able to negotiate whatever that amount is. But here's the thing: if we're going to, and I'm going down another rabbit hole that's nowhere in the litigation, but this is a lead up because a lot of the media is saying we're going to get rid of buyer's agents. Don't need them anyways. That's what the lawyer said. Don't need them. Lawyers in their testimony said that buyers can go onto Zillow or Homes.com and find their own house. They don't need buyer's agents. Okay, I mean, that all comes down to competency too. I mean, that's, for me, again, if you feel confident to sell your own home, by all means. If you feel confident to buy your own home, by all means. I think that, savvy sellers are always going to know they're going to do way better with a realtor. And I think that, and the buyer side's even, like, if that happens, you get rid of buyer agency, there's a lot of buyers that will be completely screwed. There's a lot of buyers that just won't buy. There's a lot of buyers that are going to get screwed immeasurably because it'll only be listing agents. And I don't care what anybody says, you're going to go, you go around this industry and there's plenty of bad actors, just like any other industry. And then you give them a free hand, it's not going to be pretty, right? So no, I think that's, I don't know. Yeah, look, in maybe, I don't know, some realtors will reduce their commissions because of the settlement. I don't know. I mean, again, everything's negotiable. In the end, in my world, I mean, it's still a business for me. And, everybody goes and looks, oh, you make tons of money. You have no idea how much I spend. I never thought in my wildest dreams that I would spend nearly as much every month on marketing, on insurances, on that, all the other things. Blows my mind how much money I spend. The settlement will serve to lower real estate prices and make home ownership affordable again. No. You know what'll lower real estate prices and make home ownership affordable again? You not wanting so much money for your house. That's it. The settlement has nothing to do with. It's still a one of the last true free market businesses in the world. You're going to sell your house for how much you think your house is worth, and then people can buy it or not. This isn't going to change that. I think it might actually lower pricing a little bit in the short term, because there's going to be a lot of confusion, and especially if they really try to push the buyer agency thing. And look, all right, so we have to get into commissions now. Will it lower real estate prices and make homeownership affordable again? Again, no, it's not going to do that. But it could short-term lower the values of real estate. There's several ways I can think of that happening. And I don't think that benefits anybody, by the way. That's, I don't know how that would benefit anybody. Because the price of real estate is not tied to the service of realtors. I mean, it is to a certain extent when you're looking at the micro, meaning, do I feel like I can get you more for your house in the end, more dollars in your pocket in the end than any other realtor out there? Of course I do. I think I'm the best realtor in town. Of course I do. If you don't think you're the best at what you're doing, you're not trying to be the best you're doing, get out of the business. Okay. So on a micro, yeah, but on a macro, the only way that this actually affects pricing is because of the confusion, maybe. I don't know. I think it might actually cause real estate to go down slightly, but I don't know. Again, but it's not going to make it any more affordable. It's not going to be that level. It's going to be, a very small amount. Here's where it could lower real estate prices. Again, if they keep pushing and advocate that, and then say, well, you know what, sellers shouldn't pay buyers agents. That's fine. That's your choice, right? But understand that if you don't pay the buyer's agent, and a buyer feels like they need a buyer's agent because they don't know what they're doing, then their affordability factor on your house just got lowered, because the amount of money up front that a buyer pays exponentially reduces their purchasing ability. Okay. And there is no option for, it's not like the buyer can say, well, I just want to finance the real estate fees. Actually, there are a couple of, but VA, forget about it. FHA, no. The majority of it, they can't finance it. And then they got to find a bank that's willing to finance it, which that ain't really likely to happen. But there's a whole bunch of, so what happens is, let's say that Chala wants to buy your house. She's got, a budget of $300,000. It's been approved for $300,000. And you say, okay, well, you got to pay Andrew, $5,000 or whatever it is to do his service. Well, guess what? Her budget just dropped to about $280,000. I don't know. I'm not a mortgage guy, but it dropped significantly. She can no longer afford your $300,000 house. Okay, you take that across the board. So cash buyers won't be affected, but all these other buyers that are financed, their purchasing power now is going to get lowered exponentially because they have to pay what the sellers traditionally pay, right? And again, the sellers can still pay that, right? Is it in the best interest of the seller to do that? In my mind, it still is, because again, you want the most dollars in your pocket at the end of the day. That's really what everybody wants. The most money, least amount of time, least headaches. That's the job. My job is to get you the most money, least amount of time, with the least headaches, right? Less stress as possible. Whatever. If you want to talk about that, we can talk about that. That's a 20-minute conversation at least, if not a 45-minute conversation, because it's so many variables. But will it serve to lower real estate prices, make homes affordable again? Nah, I don't think so. Oh wait, and this is if you like even if you don't like what I'm saying, but if you're interested in what I'm saying, make sure you like, subscribe, and all that kind of stuff. If there's questions you have that I don't cover in this little tidbit, send them to me. I'll answer all. I'm a realtor. It's my job. In fact, my shirt in the back says I'm a realtor. Ask me. If you've never seen it, and I'll answer it, or I'll say I don't have an answer, or I don't know. Hey guys, thank you for tuning into Living in South Florida Does Not Suck. Please do subscribe with the notification bell on. If you liked today's guest, you can also get more information about them right here. Like magic, it will appear. Anyways, we love having you here. We love having your friends here. Shout it out from the rooftops. Like us on Facebook. Share it with your friends. We'll see you soon here in beautiful, sunny South Florida.